Let me ask something, Jen. If you had a girlfriend, who's that?
Yeah, gangsters, they smoke, they do this. But then trust me, man, those niggas, those people are beautiful girls, bro. Like, you become, abusive to them. So I feel like, you know what, what's good, what's popping, my lovely people? It's your boy Jenny Askutu, and welcome back to another special. This one is very, very special episode at the ChatBooth, alongside my two lovely people.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ligan, and welcome to another episode of ChatBooth.
Hey y'all, I am Megan, and most of you know me as Mask Girl, and we are having lead content for today.
Yeah, and I'm glad you didn't bring along the mask today.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
But
so
an exception at least.
guys, as we promised earlier on our previous episode or our previous video, today we are here again with another episode where we are going to we're going to speak about gender-based violence. So, Ligan, please tell us what's gender-based violence.
Gender-based violence is basically redirected to gender what? What is this?
Gender.
I think the most important word when it comes to GBV is harming people, maybe because they are from a certain gender. Sometimes it can be women, sometimes it can be
against a person or a person's gender.
Okay, but then I feel like we actually associate gender-based violence with women being beaten up by guys, or especially.
But those are the most cases, though.
But then, that's kind of gender stereotype or something. It hasn't, it can be on both sides, no. And it's funny how.
As far as I'm concerned, there are different types of GBV, and we also have different types of causes. So maybe I think we should focus more on what type of gender-based violence can we see or can we come across in our society. Because sometimes the person is being bullied, maybe cyber-wise, and then you are ignoring that as if it's not violence. Remember, violence is when you're abusing someone. And when you're abusing someone, it's already something, you are harming someone against their will. Of course, nobody wants to be harmed because they want to, but you get what I'm trying to say here.
But then we hear of a lot of cases, like, let me give an example of cases in our community. A guy or a man who, go to the police to report, I was beaten up by my wife. And you know what those guys do? They start laughing, like, a man being beaten by a lady or something. But then, don't you think that's also one of the causes leading to, this kind of, cases?
The continuation of men being
And I
violated.
think that's because in this case, we have a lot of cases on women and less of men.
I feel like
so now when you go and report to another man at the police station or something, it makes it sound very funny because tell me why you're being beaten up by a woman, but it's understandable because
such mentality.
So let me ask something, Jen. If you had a girlfriend who's maybe older than you, or maybe she just has this high masculine, and then she starts abusing you, are you really gonna tell me, or are you really gonna go to the police?
No, that's where the type thing comes in. I will not go out with someone.
Okay, why? What's your reason? Personally, what's your reason? Maybe you can help us understand why men don't speak out when they're being abused.
Man, it especially the type of friends I have. You all know the type of people that I stay with. Yeah, friends. I can't go to my friend like, oh bro, I'm not fine. What's up? No, my wife, I was beaten up by my girlfriend.
Baby girl just slapped me this morning.
But guys, there are signs to these things.
What do you mean signs?
How do you get in a relationship for so long? Or let me just say, even a week, you would tell how this person is.
No, people change.
No, you won't really.
People change.
Know
as soon as a person changes, you will see that.
People have been married for 10 years now, and then after 10 years, that's where you see the guys or the girls' true colors.
Walk out.
That's why it's a
friendly
thing.
advice.
You know how many people get divorced each and every day? Go to the Manchester Street Court.
because of such reasons, right?
Nah, people change. Like
Somebody else of your caliber, that's what I think I should have. That's the only advice I feel put out there.
how do
This
you?
person is abusing you. Walk out before you went to your grave.
Yeah, but then also I have checked it. There is a lot of people that always go back to the toxic relationships. I had this other crush of mine. I like the girl, it's a cute girl from our campus. Nah, okay, sorry.
What
Like,
if she,
no,
okay,
wait,
what message do you
no.
have for her if she's
Uh-huh.
being
What happened?
wait. Let me explain. Like she's not from our campus. Like if I say from our, that was just me trying to bring up a story, like something that happened. But then I'm not gonna mention names. I'm not gonna mention where she's
Oh,
from.
so she's gonna remain anonymous.
Yeah, so that's why I just said she's from our campus.
She
Let me just
did
say her
what
name is
once.
Monica.
Mm.
Let me just give,
Yeah, apparently.
I like this girl, man. And then she had an argument with her boyfriend. Then she tells me, it's that thing of, Johnny's my friend.
Then I can confide in
Yeah,
him since
so
we are close.
he came to me, Johnny, I need to talk to you. And I was like, oh, cool, let's talk. Then she was like, oh, my boyfriend, me and my boyfriend are not in good terms. We've been fighting here and there. And I was like,
By fighting, does she mean
Physically?
arguments?
no,
or-
just arguments, like
Okay.
things were not working out. And then I was like, yeah, bruh, like if that guy is doing this to you, like, your mental health is more important than, the relationship. So why don't you just, let go of the guy? Then she was like, okay, yeah, I think you are right. Let me just leave the guy. I think, yeah. And then I was celebrating. I knew it was my thing.
Oh.
Yeah, like I felt
Guys, another thing is girl or boy besties or whatever they call it, it doesn't work.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Mhm.
after lately, like that was now in the evening. I was like, if for me, leave damn the guy. And then she was like, well, I'll think about it. She went home. The nigga apologizes. The girl gets back. Bruh, she
And
comes.
then you lost your luck.
Tomorrow she comes and tell me, Johnny, this, that. I was like, don't upside down. Yeah. So I feel like.
So, but it was not physically, it was not a physical.
No, it wasn't a physical fight. But then, I'm always telling girls they never go back to a toxic relationship, no matter how much.
Sometimes
the person-
it's not
I'm
easy.
sorry if you said
How?
sorry,
It's not
child.
easy.
Nah.
Sometimes you just feel attached to this person to a point where you cannot stand independent on your own as a girl. I'm not
But
talking
guys,
from
one thing I
experience.
don't understand is I hear a lot of these cases of a person that, like people in a marriage type of thing, right? And a woman will get beaten up. And by being beaten up, I mean physically being beaten up. And they still stay and not tell anybody.
So
Yeah.
maybe let's focus on what causes this.
And
What
personally,
causes-
I just think, why
How
don't
we
you
can-
leave as soon as a man raises his hand on you?
How do we come to a
That-
point
that's-
where the man starts hitting you?
Man, I feel like
What triggers the man to be violent?
it depends, like a lot of things. And
Oh, those are excuses.
That's-
There's no
that's-
reason for
no,
me.
that's why I always tell you guys that if you find out the relationship is toxic, leave. Like it's not healthy for you to stay there. Like today he slaps you, then you'll be like, it's my boyfriend, I love him, he loves me, I'm gonna give him another chance. Next time you're gonna come back to your mother's and your dad's house in a coffin, and then he'll bring for you flowers.
I think, in my point of view, what causes this violence to occur in marriage, maybe it's when we partake in these negotiated weddings. See, maybe it's
What
just
do
the
you mean?
parents. It's just the parents because my father knows this man and this man has a son that works in it. It happens.
Those
This
things
son
still
has a
happen.
person
No,
works in
nah,
India.
I
And
know.
then, listen,
Yeah.
they negotiate the wedding. Then when you come, there's this guy, something like that. And then you guys get married. Listen, it happens. It just didn't happen across your eyes, or maybe it was just not in your vicinity, but it happens. So when you guys get married, remember it wasn't love. So you'll be you'll be bumping into each other because you guys don't click. There's no feeling, there's no affection between
And
the two
I
of you.
think,
This is the part where they start fighting now.
But then from my point of view, I feel like some of the things is peer pressure. Yeah, peer pressure is one.
Are you saying that somebody is pressured to be the wife or what? Or maybe
No,
the
like,
husband?
someone is, pressured to stay with someone they do not really love. Reason being is probably nigga has money.
Still the same as first marriage.
I wanna give examples of bad name, but then
Just don't mention names.
Yeah, I'm not
Say
gonna-
The
this
thing
lady
is,
and this
being in
guy.
a relationship for money, girls.
we all know the people, especially your gender, you know. Like we all
Yeah,
know
but
of
like-
Meme Hoho that got married to a 60-something-year-old nigga. Like, guys, is it love?
One thing I know about the
Especially
men
now.
that have money,
Mhm.
you men, sorry, but then it's you men, one category, is when a girl goes out with a man for money, you downgrade them automatically, thinking that, yeah, she's just, especially if a girl goes in that relationship without anything. Like, I don't have money, I don't go to school, I just know, oh my god, my man is rich, guys. So you men, what you do is you downgrade us, and you know, in your head, I'm thinking, you think that, yeah, she doesn't have anything. Even if I beat her, it's not that she's gonna go anywhere.
Exactly.
She doesn't have money. She doesn't have a house. She mistreated the parents because she wanted to be with me because I
Then
have
you
money,
want
and
to
the
like you
parents
are the
don't
boss
have
of
money.
their life.
That's why I was like, stop going to such relationships. Because once you go in a relationship and then you are depending on the guy, like you don't try, like
You don't choose to depend on the guy. It
No, you
happens
choose.
eventually.
no, you choose.
How
When you don't choose.
You choose.
You don't choose. When you guys begin, before you start dating, you tell the guy that these are my conditions, including you should be paying for my rent, you should be buying this and that.
Especially the slave queens. You know, they only date guys with money. Obviously, it's
Give
for
me an
the money.
example of a slave queen that is going through gender-based violence.
It's
not even about
There are
being
wait, there are a lot.
Are you sure?
There are a lot. Trust me. Like there are a lot.
Johnny knows them
No,
all.
I don't wanna mention names, man. But then, there is that the who's daughter, you know, a politician's daughter somewhere out there in a radio station. No, it was broadcasting by, yeah,
She's a presenter.
she's a presenter. And then nigga works in the newspaper. Don't wanna mention the name of the newspaper in Namibia. Then yeah, she went through that. Her hair was, you know, her braid was, you know, pulled or whatever it was.
But one thing I know is social media is not real life. These nice
People are not
couples we
happy.
see on Instagram are
They
going
are
through
suffering.
the most.
People are not happy. You don't know how, what she went through to drive a GTI or a Polo. or
Don't
a-
judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Oh, what?
So, and the other thing is, the girl's name. I feel like, yeah. What does
What
my friend?
about those girls?
Okay.
And honestly,
No.
how do you determine or how do you look at a person and think maybe, how do you identify a person that's going through that just to help, you know? Or a friend?
Change in behavior. First thing that I notice in people that are suffering from GBV, this person will be more withdrawn from associating with you guys. For example,
But then-
your friend, she just doesn't want to sit with you guys anymore. Maybe there's some sessions that you used to have. Let's go to the tech shop, for instance. No, it's okay. I'm just gonna stay here. Or let's take a video. Let's do a TikTok video, and then no, I'm okay. I'm
I
just
feel
gonna
like-
be here.
No,
so if the person is very
And
withdrawn,
scars,
maybe-
those simple scars we see.
simple scars. Next time you see me with a scratch here, then you tell everyone that
Guys,
I'm
as soon as
suffering.
I see Maggie and she has those small scars and like always, I'm a caring person. As soon as I see you with this scar, I'm gonna ask what happened.
No,
And let's make
sometimes
sure
you choose
that
not
none of
to
you
know.
has scars.
No,
Just to make sure.
Yes, I'm
I'm here for
I don't-
you guys.
I don't
And
have a
this thing
girlfriend.
happens to everyone. So it's not always the girlfriend. It
Wait.
could be your mom. It could be your dad. And I think we should focus on this. We spoke of relationships for quite some time now. I think we should focus on GBV in terms of family relationships. It could be your cousin, it could be your grandma, it could be just someone related to you.
And
It's not
also
always
how
about
this, you know, also how this type of cases influence us, you know, be it physical.
Whether you are a victim or just close to a victim, you should
Yeah.
be
So
affected
check
in
up
one
on
way
your
or the
people,
other.
Shem. They're
So
going
I feel
through a
like
lot.
one of
You never know.
the effects these cases leave behind is our mental health. You know, I feel like I choose my mental health over every other aspect, be it, you know, relationship. Let me just say everything.
In
I
short,
get it.
mental health is very important
So,
for
John-
someone's well-being.
Mhm,
John?
mhm.
Let me say you're in a situation, I'm asking you this because you're a guy. You're in a situation where your girl is insulting you. I know you guys have short tempers and all that. and it gets to a point where she's physically hitting